It is December 8th, 2023. We're here inside the sewer pipe for the property at 5178 Pirotte Drive in San Diego, California, 92105. The street spelling is Pirotte. So we pushed a couple cameras into the sewer pipe already because we have this addition here on the house. And so instead of pushing through and finding or seeing if we couldn't get through, both our cameras are actually in the line from both bathrooms that are going to show you now the whole sewer system. So basically what you're looking at here in the bottom left, you can see we're about 52 feet out, and the other little line you see in this cast iron sewer pipe on the bottom left there, that orangish reddish push rod, that is our first camera that is going through the front original bathroom for the front of the house. So this camera right here came from the back addition, which has newer ABS plastic pipes for majority of it, but it of course intersects with the old original cast iron to dump into that where they come together. So we've pushed to the point here where the two lines come together, and that's why again you see that other push rod from the other camera. So as we back up here, you can see there's the T-junction where they all come together. So right after this turn that we make right here, there is the other camera coming down that vertical turn where it dumps into the system. So right here is where the two bathrooms converge and become one pipe, and this is in the driveway several feet in front of the sidewalk. So we'll now back up on this line here. See, we have the original cast iron where they tied into it. It was already underground to allow them to do this. So as we back up here, make this turn and transition, and there's the ABS. So they ran all new plastic, of course, up to the T-junction here, or just short of it, and then tied in cleanly. So as we back up, this is now all smooth black ABS newer plastic pipe. T-junction right there. So we ran a bunch of water through the system because I don't know if it's vacant or just staged, so that makes sure that we don't have any sags or bellies to the pipe, which are pockets that hold water and don't drain out properly due to improper slope. Now, since we had already pushed through this, we pushed it before we ran water. We did not see any objects or any debris. Obviously, there's no root intrusions, and we didn't find any construction debris or any illegal turns or fittings on the system. That's how we were able to, of course, get the camera out. If they do something wrong, then sometimes you can't get the camera all the way through. But most importantly, we're just looking that it's newer pipe, has proper slope, and that there's no issues inside the line, no matter how new or old it is. So you can see here, coming back almost to the 15-foot mark, which means pretty soon we're going to start coming back up the vertical vent here, back to the rooftop. That's where we're at. Okay, there's the turn right there. And now we're coming back up this vertical right here. So our camera's kind of bouncing all over here. So we're coming back up this dry pipe here. We'll show you here in a second when we get fully back out. And there we go. So we're now on the rooftop of the property. So straightforward is the driveway, and that's where the line heads to and junctions in. So we're going to move over to the other part of the roof where we have our first camera in the original bathroom. So we're going to go ahead and pause and move our camera recording monitor over to that section. Okay, so here's the first camera that we had pushed in from the original bathroom, the hall bathroom in the front of the house. We're at 0 on the distance counter because when you unplug the camera back and forth, it zeroes itself back out. But we had started at about 68 feet, and the camera will show the distance in the negative, so you will see that coming backwards. So where we paused the camera right here when we first just pushed it out is here at this green pipe called Green Bell PVC, and this pipe and the white fittings that are used are right at the property line cleanout that the city contractors installed over right in the driveway sidewalk area. So they went ahead and replaced the line and then may have done a reliner past that point, and we'll go down and look at that. But right here, just to give you a frame of reference, we're basically at the end of the driveway, just past where the other camera, again, it intersected with this one. So as we pull backwards on this, there's that T-junction right there that will go down to ground level, and look at that from there just to make sure there's no issues with what was replaced or relined from the sidewalk out, because that is still the homeowner's responsibility to maintain or clean it, no matter what was done or not done on it. So we'll pull back on here. Here's the end of the cast iron. So coming back across here. Cast iron is still in good condition here. No issues under the driveway. Go ahead and push our cable back into our reel. You'll see the distance start to go negative now. We were just pulling it out to wipe off the cable there. So you can see we're about 14.5 feet back in reverse. Line still looks good. Just a little bit of deposits there, but it's negligible. It's minimal. It's nothing to be worried about. Little bit there, but very, very tiny. Overall, the pipe is really round and has very small, minimal deposits and scaling on the inside of the cast iron. To be expected since it's original cast iron. Back up here. Looks like somebody flushed a wipe down there. So of course, doesn't matter if it's plastic, clay, or cast iron. You never flush anything but toilet paper down. No other paper products should be flushed. Flushable wipes are a huge no-no. They're only called flushable because they're accepted by the sewer treatment plants that the cities have, but they will clog up your toilet and every one of your sewer pipes, so you never want to flush those down. So again, this is all the original cast iron still, but everything still looks in really clean, overall good condition. Don't require any type of maintenance, and certainly not any replacement anytime soon that we can see. There's just no issues going on with it. I'm going to go ahead and press that reel back. It looks like we're coming back to that transition at the vertical there. You can see there's a little wipe right there also that somebody had flushed down there. And there's the toilet entrance right there. So they're definitely flushing them down the toilet, whether it's a cleaning wipe, a feminine wipe, makeup wipe. They have all different flushable ones. You, again, do not use these at all. There's only a couple down there, so it's not a big deal, but do not use those. They're too heavy and thick. They don't break apart and dissolve like toilet paper. So you can see we're coming back up the vertical vent just like we did on the previous bathroom. And here we go. We're just coming back up to the rooftop. You can see we're negative 66 feet. So here on the rooftop here. So there's the street side with the trash truck going by. So that's where the line's headed to. So we're going to move down to the end of the driveway where that property line cleanout was installed with that green bell PVC pipe, and we'll look at from that point all the way out to see if everything else was done in the street and there was no issues with how they did it. Okay, so we're now down on ground level in front of the house. We did want to mention that the kitchen drain line was replaced with ABS. You can see under the sink inside the house, and they did actually replace it with new venting as well up to the rooftop. So that is plastic on the kitchen. So here's the sewer line, the main concern here. So this was the clean out that the city contractor put in with that green bell PVC pipe. Let's see if they relined or replaced the rest of it. Normally it would have been clay from this point out, or old concrete. So it looks like they dug up the whole street. They didn't do a lining process. They just went ahead and dug up everything. And you can see all this green plastic PVC pipe. And here's the large city line right here. about 27.5 feet out approximately from this clean out. There's the big city pipe with all the neighbors upstream flowing across. So there's no issues with anything that they did, because they did replace it. Sometimes with the lining process we see errors on occasion if it was done sloppily, but this was just all dug up and replaced. So they have everything clean and new, so everything is good on this system. So we have no issues with anything on this property other than localized small stoppages you may get in your sinks, tubs, showers, kitchen, but the sewer line itself is in perfect working order. So as long as nothing inappropriate or wrong items are flushed down, it'll operate perfectly normal for years and years to come. So that concludes the recording for this property.